Begin in child's pose. Reach your arms out in front, spread your fingers. Let your head be heavy and rest on the mat. Reach your hips back towards your heels, but don't worry if they don't get there. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. With each exhale, try to feel yourself being pulled by gravity so you're more firmly rooted into the mat. Notice the sensation of your stomach against your thighs as you inhale, and as you exhale, draw your navel in towards your spine. On the next inhale, come onto the fingertips, look ahead, and walk the hands out to the right. Then bring the hands down and the head down for a child's pose variation. So you should be feeling the stretch in the left side body. Breathe into the space between the ribs. Keep your arms active. Keep stretching them away from you. And press the forearms down towards the ground until you feel a good stretch in the armpits as well. On your next inhale, rise onto the fingertips, look ahead, and then slowly walk the arms over to the left. And as you exhale, bring the head down, bring the arms down. Keep reaching the hips back towards the feet. And now breathe into the right side body, so the space between the ribs. Keep your breathing full and even, and try to make the inhales and the exhales the same length. On your next inhale, come onto the fingertips and slowly walk yourself back to center. Exhale, bring the head down to the mat. Child's pose. Maybe noticing how this child's pose feels different from the very first one you did in this practice. Try to maintain that connection to your breath and keep your head clear. When thoughts come, just let them go. And on your next inhale, lift the torso and bring the hands back halfway towards your body. Then push the mat away from you, strong arms, tuck the chin in towards the chest, round the back. Breathe into the space in between the shoulder blades. Let your head be very heavy. Take one full deep breath in, and come forward with the upper body, bringing yourself onto all fours. Knees are hip distance, directly underneath the hips. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in one long line. On the next inhale, intend for the right shoulder and right hip to meet. They likely won't, but just breathe into the left side body. On the next inhale, bring left shoulder towards left hip. Breathe into the right side body. Move with your own breath, at your own pace. And we'll just take it to the right and to the left a couple times here. Try to keep your back even. Try not to arch the back while you're doing this. On the next inhale, come to center, curl your toes, lift your hips, and press back into downward facing dog. First one of the day, so be really gentle on yourself. Maybe bicycle the feet, pause wherever you need to. Just scan your body for any areas of tension and bring your breath there. On your next inhale, bend the right knee and then bring the knee in line with the left knee. Try to keep your shoulders even. Keep pressing the mat away, fingers are spread. And then take it to the other side, bending the left knee and bringing the knee in line with the right knee while keeping the toes exactly where they are. Then find your way back into downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, rise onto the toes. Press the mat away from you to lift the hips even more, and then ripple through the spine. So go super, super slow and come into plank pose. The second you get into plank pose, ripple through the spine, go back to downward dog. And we'll just keep rippling back and forth. So imagining the spine is super fluid, being really mindful, feeling every single movement. Pause in plank, come onto your knees and lower all the way down. Bring the tops of the feet down to the ground and bring the elbows underneath the shoulders for Sphinx pose. So here the arms are strong, we're looking straight ahead and visualizing the spine being very long, so no compression in the low spine. As you exhale, melt forward, bring the hands underneath the shoulders and press back into child's pose for a beat. And on your next inhale, round forward onto all fours. Fingers are spread, curl the toes. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Move super slow. Head is heavy. Rise onto the toes, and then round forward. Press back, downward facing dog. Ripple forward with the spine. So imagining that the spine is super fluid. This is really good for the arms as well. Breathing into everything, feeling each movement. Imagining that you can feel every single vertebrae. We'll pause in downward facing dog. Clarify your foundation. Picture the body as an upside down letter V. On your next inhale, lift your right leg as high as you can. Spread the right toes. Inhale, step the right foot to the front of the mat. Go super slow. Use your core strength. Inhale onto the fingertips. Exhale, bring the left knee down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, plug the arms into the torso. Look up. Fingers spread, arms are strong. Press the hips forward. Breathe into the left hip flexor. As you inhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Lift the back knee. Right knee directly over the ankle or slightly behind for high lunge. Hips are facing forward. As you inhale, interlace the fingers behind the head. Lift the head to look up. Little back bend here. So pick your heart up. No compression in the low spine. And on your next inhale, bring the hands to the mat. Use your core strength to step the foot back and press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, round forward, ripple through the spine. Exhale, press back, ripple through the spine. Inhale, plank pose, ripple through the spine. Exhale, ripple back. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, ripple back. Clarify your foundation and pause here. The arms might be burning here. Remember that at any time, if you need a break, just come into child's pose and press pause. On the next inhale, lift the left leg as high as you can. Use your core strength to step the foot to the front of the mat and bring the right knee down. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, send the hips forward. Plug the arms into the torso. Arms are strong, fingers are spread. Look up. Inhale, bring the fingertips down to the ground. Lift the back knee. Rise up for high lunge. Left knee directly over left ankle or slightly behind as you interlace the fingers behind the head. Lift the heart. Spine is really long in this back bend here. Inhale, hands to the ground. Use your core strength to step back to plank pose. Inhale, ripple back, downward facing dog. And ripple forward, plank. Move with your breath. You can go faster or slower than I am. Just move at your own pace. Be really mindful and take breaks when you need to. On the next inhale, clarify your foundation. Come into downward facing dog. Take the gaze towards your navel. Press the mat away. Picture the body's an upside down letter V. Inhale onto the toes. Use your core strength to hop forward and halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Fingers in line with the toes. Bend the knees if you have to. Inhale, rise up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet together, knees together. Activate your core. Sit low for Utkatasana. Watch the arching of the back. Exhale, tip forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Hands can be on the ground or your shins. Exhale, plant the hands into the mat. Step or jump back, plank pose, and lower down. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, reach the arms out in front. Right arm, left leg lifts. Spine is very long. Exhale, release, come to the other side. Use your back body muscles to lift yourself up, and this time lift everything. Reach the fingers and toes away from each other and release. Stack your arms and rest your forehead on your hands. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let something go. No stress, no tension. On your next inhale, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, elbows pointed straight back. Rise up for cobra. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, take the hands off the mat. Look out over the right shoulder as you lift. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, look out over left shoulder. Use your back body muscles. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bend the knees, reach back and grab hold of the tops of the feet. Knees stay in line with the hips. Try not to let them open too much because that'll put a strain on the knees. When you're ready, lift everything up. Think about your spine being very long. Spread the toes and you can rock back and forth if that feels okay for you. You want your movement to be slow and controlled. You want the spine to be long. And when you're ready, release the pose and press back into child's pose. That upward bow pose is pretty intense, at least for me, so let go of any tension or any stress that comes up. If your mind starts to get a little crazy, just quiet it down. And when you're ready, round forward, curl your toes and lift up for downward facing dog. Last one of the day, make it your best one. On your next inhale, rise onto your toes, bend your knees and use your core strength to hop forward. Halfway lift and melt forward into a forward fold. As you inhale, bend the knees and come to sit down and extend your legs. Reach the arms out in front, activate your core and slowly come all the way down to the mat. We're going to come into shoulder stand, so make sure that you have enough space behind you so your head is on the mat, your shoulders are on the mat. Bend your knees, bring the hands to the hips, and rise up. So you really don't ever want to turn your head when you're in this position because it compromises the neck. You want to keep your gaze at your belly button, lift your feet, toes are spread. Imagine that it doesn't really matter that your hands are holding on to you because your legs and your core are doing all the work. With your legs, you can do splits, you can bicycle, you can bring the bottoms of the feet together, you can cross your legs, cross your feet, whatever feels best for you. You can just play around with it. This is a really great energizing inversion. Excellent to do in the middle of the day if you're feeling that mid-afternoon slump. When you're ready, bring your knees in towards your forehead, feet pointing straight up. And then take your hands down to the mat, fingers are spread. There shouldn't be any compression in your spine here. When you're ready, extend the legs and bring the feet back behind you. Maybe they touch the floor. Keep pressing out of the bottoms of the feet. Legs are engaged and very strong. When you're ready, use your arms as brakes and slowly uncoil your spine. Bring your legs straight up and then invite the knees in towards the chest. Give them a hug with your arms. Tuck your chin slightly to make sure that your neck is long. Try to reach the tailbone down towards the mat. And you can stay in stillness or you can rock side to side for a little massage on the low back. Whatever feels best for you, do that. On the next inhale, extend the legs. Press the low back into the mat and slowly come all the way down using your core strength. Spread the legs mat distance apart. Turn your palms up to the sky and close your eyes. Let your eyes sink into the sockets. Scan your body from your head all the way down to your toes to find any lingering areas of tension. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just let any of that tension go. Try to stay here in Shavasana for at least 5 minutes, just letting your body absorb all the good things that it did. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing with your friends.